Did you know that this war was not supposed to happen in India at all? Yes, you heard it right. The main conflict was between the British and French, but Indian soldiers paid the cost. British people were intelligent enough to butter and puppet the Indian king to fight against the French. The worst part is that even the French got their share of fame and gifts. The British didn't participate in the war, but they won the battle. It was Indians who lost everything in the end. And I'm talking about the First Carnatic War. Satullah Khan was the founder of this Carnatic region. After his dismissal, his army general Dost Ali became the king. After his death, Anwaruddin took the throne and the title the Nawab of Carnatic.
I am the Nawab of Carnatic, Anwaruddin.
The causes for the Carnatic War had nothing to do with the Indian kings or anything that related to Indians at all. It was merely a toy fight for the British, who just wanted to have some fun over the deaths of many Indians. The origin of this war began in Austria for the Habsburg crown. When the king died, the queen, Maria Theresa, wanted to take charge. This was opposed by the French. They said, "We won't allow this lady to be your queen." Austria people retaliated. French said, "You know we have Prussia, Spain, Bavaria and Saxony with us, whom do you have?" Austria said, "We have Britain." War began. This war is called the War of Austrian Succession. The first two series of wars, called the First Silesian War, happened from 1740 to 1742, and the Second Silesian War happened from 1744 to 1745, were centered around Austria and Prussia. The third war of this series took place in India. This third war happened between the French and British in India for colonial possessions. So the First Carnatic War was an extended version of the Austrian War of Succession. Even under the king's rule, British people had Madras in their control and the French had Pondicherry in their hand. Although France, conscious of its relatively weaker position, did not favor an extension of hostilities to India. But the British had a different plan. They wanted to bully France for fun. The English Navy under Commodore Curtis Bennett seized some French ships to provoke France.
A few moments later.
The French Governor-General, the Marquis Joseph Dupleix, appealed for protection from the Nawab of Carnatic. He, in turn, warned the British, saying,
"This is neutral territory and no attack on French possessions would be tolerated. Do you understand?"
"Okay, we knew you were a chicken. What did you say? To call you stupid would be an insult to stupid people." What?
"Stop. I'm the Nawab of Carnatic, Anwaruddin. You two get out from here."
British were a little disappointed by this move from France. It took France years to realize that the joke was on them, so they got angry, and in 1746, with the help of the fleet from Mauritius, the small army of France, under the captaincy of the French governor of Mauritius, Admiral La Bourdonnais, French attacked the Madras and finally managed to seize it as a revenge for the British joke. "We are not stupid people and definitely not chickens," they celebrated. British knew the actual joke was about to start, so they just kept quiet. The capture of Madras triggered a bitter argument between Dupleix and Admiral. Dupleix wanted to hand the town over to the Nawab as compensation for breaking the Nawab's decree of neutrality, while the Admiral wanted to trade the town back to the British. This dispute dragged till October, and eventually, taking this as an advantage, the British triggered the Nawab, saying, "We obeyed your orders, my lord, but now look at them. They captured our Madras and crossed the line. We think your orders are just a joke for them." The spark was ignited, the Nawab got angry and decided to intervene. He sent 10,000 men under the command of his son Mahfuz Khan to besiege the French in Madras. A small French army defeated the strong Indian army under Nawab's son at St. Thome on the banks of River Udyar. The First Carnatic War ended in 1748 when the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle was signed, bringing the Austrian War of Succession to a conclusion. Under the terms of this treaty, Madras was handed back to the English, and the French in turn got their territories in North America, and Maria Theresa was confirmed as Austrian ruler. This war was an eye-opener for the Europeans in India. It revealed that even a small army could easily defeat a much larger Indian army. Finally, this is what happened in the First Carnatic War.